You're watching Chaotic TV.
Hey guys, welcome back to Chaotic TV. We are on game 3 of the match between Team Acer and MVP in the bottom left. On Cloud Kingdom, we have the Red Protoss winning that last game. He is super.
And we see Acer using their wildcard player, usually their ace match, but coming out for the third game to rematch. This is MMA, playing as the Blue Terran.
Noob take. That's right. MMA speaking English to a Korean in a European match. Gotta love that.
I think he's actually talking to Take, who's hosting it.
Noob take. Yes, this map. I gotcha. Take TV. Alright, anyway.
There you go.
Yeah. This is indeed hosted by Take TV. Big shout out to them, and thank you guys for uploading your replays, because I really wanted to watch this series, but it was hosted primarily in German. Apparently Nathanius did his own stream, but I wasn't able to find it during the times I was actually up early enough to watch these matches. I really enjoy the team format you guys have here. The wildcard match is kind of the Joker / wildcard player is kind of amazing when it comes to the dynamics of the match, and especially since it's a best of 9, anything can happen.
Yeah, this is just a little variation on the Pro League format, where the ace players come out at the end of the match.
But
not even the
TeamStory
Pro
Cup
League
also has that, so
Team
they can
League.
bring out their own ace match. So if they brought out a wild card and then the same for an ace player, that player could lose 3 times, possibly. But or just seek redemption.
If your ace player is
match.
losing 3 times, you may be outmatched.
Yeah, you might want to bring in a different player.
You may want to pick up Flash or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of
What
thought
team
that
wouldn't want to?
EG was playing the Yankee card and just buying up all the talent, but then the EG curse is also
No.
applicable. So
Yeah, they took a break at Jaedong. I think it's about as high as they're gonna go for now.
they did just pick up Zenicider, who did pretty well in WCS North America, and apparently had asked them for a while to be picked up, and then he proved himself well enough that they came and signed him.
To be fair, WCS North America is like being the best player on Junior Varsity.
Ooh, ouch! You guys heard it here first from Eclipse. He's a hater.
Exactly. And nothing against them. I love them all, but
No.
it's just not quite as competitive as Korea.
Yeah, I was really hoping that when all the Koreans signed up for NA that the Americans would take it to heart and step up their game, but it doesn't look like that's absolutely happened yet. And this is a very
SC2
strange
is
command
hiding.
center for MMA.
SSV is hiding in a pretty good spot, except there's going to be a Mothership Core flying directly over it. And also killing it in 2 shots. And carrying on about his business.
As if it never had to stop at all. Factory first. Not factory first, but at least before the 2 racks that he built in the last game. Hoping he can do a little bit more damage. I think Super is going to try to put on this 1 Zealot, 1 Stalker, 1 Mothership Core. Because who ever heard of 5 motherships? But this should be foiled by that 1 bunker with the 2 Marines, and the 2 Marines out here should be able to push away this mothership core just enough. They have the same range, so when one attacks, both will attack, and 2 more Marines here will definitely push away the mothership core. Keeping those stalkers outside
Factory
is just
first.
basically for contain.
As if you don't need a barracks and a supply depot before.
Nexus actually coming down behind this. The command center is not yet moved for MMA, because he's going to drop a mule on his home line before he lifts and puts it down to make sure that he's using the
He wants to
optimal
get it
amount
there
of energy.
soon, though.
Yeah, he really
He's
needs
got-
to.
Going on 19 workers on his main mineral line, so that's, a couple more than you want. Although it can hold up to 24. Anything over 16 obviously is too many for optimum harvesting.
Is there a different sound on the bunker when it's filled with 4 as opposed to 2?
Good question. I have no idea.
I'll have to rewatch this and
I think it
listen
may
to
be.
how it
I
sounds.
think it plays 1 sound for each shot in there.
Okay, so when it overlaps, it sounds like 4. Okay. Look at this SCV scouting for proxy pylons. The Stalker continuing to just dance back and forth, using up that spare APM of Super. Both players going
Oh,
for...
it's not scouting.
No. Oh, look at that. MMA going for the sneakiness.
Hiding a command center. No
And,
scouting for Foxy Pounds involved.
This medevac is going to try to do a Widow Mine drop, but if it gets shot by this one stalker coming in, it might only be able to drop both Widow Mines before... Oh, nope. It's going to down to the right side and shoot back up north.
Gonna do a Widow Mine drop at its own natural.
It's going to drop him, and another, you know, medevac's going to pick him up and run in with him.
It will drop them eventually.
Or so we think.
We
Unless
see
he
him
gets
taking
sniped.
his entire Marine force up to take the watchtower. I'm going to back off with most of them, in case there was a surprise at the watchtower waiting for him. You never know where you're going to find like 4 stalkers or something, and you want to have a few Marines for that.
The mineral lines
And there goes the drop again.
are not similar. He's still going out that damaged medevac. Nope, he switched him into a new medevac, or he healed the medevac or something. Repaired it. But he's going to be spotted by the watchtower, and this stalker's going to get off another couple of shots. This MMA has the worst luck in the freaking world.
Switch them into the same medevac.
And the medevac's going to
has
get
one.
hit by this photon cannon, rendering this drop absolutely useless.
Well,
While
they
his
can,
Widow Mine gets taken out in
They
the
can
main.
maybe skirt the range if it does, but yeah, it's hard to burrow a unit with a photon cannon. Meanwhile, this hidden command center being turned into an orbital.
Yeah.
One SCV mining there, or around, if you will. The observer checking out the main.
Seeing that there are
Has
upgrades
no
going
idea
down
about the hidden
everywhere.
base.
Yeah, but if it does just start scouting randomly across the map, then it will probably end up in the top left. This Widow Mine is just... What is MMA doing with this medevac?
He really wants to do something with that Widow Mine, and he's going to burrow it. And I think that just to actually deny a probe from scouting his hidden base.
Ah, that's actually probably a good idea.
Although if he does wander up there, he's going to find a Widow Mine and kind of wonder. So, who knows? It may be a double-edged sword.
He's moving out to take away the third of the Protoss player, and the Protoss, if he scouted this 2 base, is probably going to just see and think he's way far ahead, but then he sees an army that's bigger than it should be, then he'll be a little bit suspicious. But what is MMA doing? I thought he was going to go start attacking. Did he scan? I didn't hear scan.
Super. He's just going to scout. Right now he's running a Marine into where the third is to see what's going on. Super has good coverage of the map with observers. He's just getting as much information as he can with these, and that's going to help him out in his decision making going forward here.
Yep, Vikings
He's
on the
moving
way.
in front of the third. Apparently he thought that Marine may be a precursor to an attack, although now his observer
great snipe.
gets scanned and taken out. Yeah, that's really good. It's hard to see a stationary observer, so really good job by MMA there.
Yeah, he's got Vikings here to take out this Colossus, but we see a Dark Shrine coming in for some mineral-heavy Archons, or maybe he's just going to throw a couple of DTs in there. There is no missile turret at any base, and the bunker doesn't have anything in it, so DTs could very well wreck whatever MMA's got going here. He does have a 4th base and a 4th orbital command, but yeah. Some players like to do it so they can save as much gas as possible, but we do see that Super hasn't taken his 5th and 6th gas right now. Scanning to see that there is a base. He might try to flank it a little bit. This probe over
Here's
here.
a bunch of Marines stimming up to chase a Warhound on the right side.
They got scared.
I'm pretty sure Super still has no idea on the top right base, or top left, I guess.
I think MMA is a little out of sorts. He's doing weird things. He's not the MMA I remember.
He's really been in a funk for quite a while, actually. Haven't seen him do much since Wings of Liberty got phased out, but playing pretty solid this game. He got a little bit of a supply lead here. His upgrades are pretty good.
He's getting a
his ship
decent
weapons
Viking
to
count.
take out Colossus pretty quick. Yep.
Do you think he's
I think
over?
he's banking on a bunch of Colossus.
Yeah, I think he's overproducing Vikings, and getting those weapons is just, even more investment into something that's really not going to be
you're right.
super helpful. Ooh, the DT's coming in, and there's the first missile turret. There he goes.
He has scans though, so it's not going to be deadly.
No, that could have been scary.
And he's going to start getting his missile turrets
But it was
up
just enough
everywhere,
to put him out of
probably.
position as Super comes in for this third base.
There's a bunch of idle warhounds at this, or SCVs, if you will, at this third base. But it turns out they're just going to run away anyway, so that doesn't do as much damage as Super thought it did because he has this hidden third still.
We have
Only has
1-1
9
versus
SCVs might get
2-1,
minerals.
and a whole lot of Marauders here. We have 21 Marauders in this composition.
Yeah.
Only one Colossus.
Yeah, that one Colossus was a fake out too, as you see. It doesn't even have extended thermal lances, so that was just to try to bait some Viking production to get his army supply sunk into that instead of more medevacs.
We see a Ghost Academy coming in, and if he lives long enough to use this, then it could be pretty deadly to the forces that we have. There are no spellcasters in this composition. It's just pure gateway units with a couple of immortals. Granted, some of those gateway units are DTs.
They cast some spells.
Yeah, an EMP could hurt them, but you'd have to get in there first. And
EMP is so good though. Like against zealots,
yeah, it's
just
like
getting them shields out of the way does so much.
Yeah, it's a third of their health if you get
Here
rid of the
comes-
shields. Great force fields,
the
pushing
engage.
all of the units up against it, and the zealots continue to walk forward, but they get taken out just as quick. The Marauders are doing what they can against these immortals. They take out the Colossi along with the Phoenixes, Vikings, and the medevacs boost away as quickly as they can. This third
He's
base.
gonna have to sacrifice his fourth base.
Now Super's questioning why he has such a big army with only 2 bases mining, because he saw that there were no SCVs at that third base.
Yeah, he's gonna back off and take his fourth and assume that the damage is done here, and he's gonna try to coast in for a victory. Still not knowing about the hidden base, which hasn't had any more workers added to it, strangely.
Yeah.
I guess
Building
he
those
just
Vikings.
decided he needs to focus on his army.
Building those Vikings also cut
Good
down on the
force field
medevac
there.
production of MMA, so he does not have enough to keep stimming like this. He needs to really build a couple more medevacs, and probably another starport just to assist in catching up with the count that he needs to have. He's continuing to build ship weapons. What is he doing? MMA,
I think he's
don't
just
do
kind
it.
of an autopilot for upgrades. Even though he has no ships with weapons really left, 2 Vikings, I mean, they'll be handy if, say, a War Prism came in a little while, but I guess he's probably just going to end up using those for scouting.
Stalker
Blink
blinks into the
Stalker
main.
blinking in
Yep.
to just do some scouting and eventually be killed by Warhounds. Maybe.
Super's coming in for another attack right
Oh,
behind.
God.
Oh, he's going to blink into the main with a whole bunch of
Ooh,
stuff.
a big blink attack.
MMA, no!
This is a really, really good move.
This is a weird flank, and a double prong attack is going to be. He splits his army, but he accidentally hotkeys them back into the fight. Another Stalker's here, and there are no Vikings. There's only 2 Vikings
And here we
left.
see him focusing upgrades with these stalkers in the main as he retreats with his army down below.
And I
Good
said
force
Stalker
field's
when I
cutting
meant
off a good chunk of
Vikings.
those Marauders.
We've lost 18 Warhounds for MMA, unfortunately. And the DTs are still wreaking havoc. Looks like MMA is losing too
he's
much
got this-
supply right now.
Yeah, he's got the separate force in the main taking out tech, and at the same time his army is still too strong for MMA to take out. So this might be the end of the game here relatively soon. MMA just kind of have to make a last-ditch effort to take out this army.
I want MMA to lift his Marauders up onto the high ground. But he's not going to do it. He might be able to push this away. No, but he'll be able to scare Super long enough. Does that Colossus now have extended thermal lance? Because we have another Colossus coming in.
It does now.
Okay, well this is going to be the end of
I
MMA.
think
He's
he
now officially
kind of
flanked.
double faked with it.
And that's it. Super taking 2 games over MMA and taking this 3rd game against Team Acer. Right now MVP leads 3-0. Unfortunately for Team Acer. We're going to jump into Game 4 on Star Station between Nerchio and the Protoss winner, Super, in just a second on Chaotic TV. I am KO,
And this is Eclipse.
and we'll see you soon. Cheers.